Are the fat oppressed? If you mean having the privilege of taking up 2 seats on an airplane, then yes, they are. But in the grand scheme, the fat are only oppressed by themselves. What's up everyone, Jake here. Today we're going to be talking about if the fat are oppressed. Standard term, oppressed, in which they're held back and made fun of. Then yeah, people do make fun of them, but they only have themselves to blame, unless you're the 0.1% who actually have a health disorder. But that's not the case for the majority. Fat people don't really have any other people to blame except themselves for their lack of discipline and their lack of self-control. Fat people saying that fat people are oppressed, it's an easy cop-out. It allows them to blame being fat on some sort of imaginary scenario which doesn't exist. When it comes down to it, they don't want to take responsibility for their issues and their flaws. It's so much easier to play the victim and act like nothing can be done about your scenario when in fact you are in full control of your weight and how you're perceived and how you feel. So I really truly feel it's just an excuse. It's an excuse for them not to change because they like eating. Eating stuff like that becomes an addiction and obsession. I've experienced that too, being over 300 pounds at one point. But I recognize within myself that my habits were the issue that caused me to be this way. You know, it wasn't CEO of McDonald's, it wasn't my teacher, it wasn't little Jimmy making fun of my man boobs, alright? It's admitting you have a problem and then make adequate changes to further where you want to be or what you want to do. It's like anything. It's like alcoholism. It's like being an addict. Food can be a drug, an obsession, using it for emotional support, literally eating your feelings away. We've all been there. We've all done it. I accepted responsibility and I recognized that I had the problem, not anyone else. And that's the only way that you can move forward and make progress and become what you want to be. As soon as you start pointing fingers at people and disregarding your take in the matter, that's a loser's mindset. You're never going to be able to change. You're always going to feel how you feel. And that's the first step. Being obese is kind of like that coworker that you know always comes into work smelling like a pair of used skid mark lingerie. There's no excuse. Put on some deodorant, take a shower once a day, you know, you're good. Don't make other people suffer or blame other people because you can't buy a $2 stick of deodorant. You know what I'm saying? You guys know who I'm talking about. Person who can't be reasoned with is one who can't accept their mistakes or constructive criticism or people trying to help them. They're the person who denies facts when confronted with verifiable proof. And that type of person, you'd be better off talking to a brick wall. And they can change, but they have to admit that they were wrong and accept advice. Do your own research. Only then can you improve. You have to be able to admit when you're wrong. Remove the ego so you can move forward. It's a lot easier to not take responsibility for your actions and keep living in a way which you know is not healthy, which you know will not benefit you long term. It will only hurt you. You know, that's the easy way out. That's why people, they get content and they blame Big Brother, they blame the world. But the world's within you. You have control. You're able to do of what you will, as above, so below. What you think, how you feel, translate. You can't just think, oh, I want $10 billion and stuff that away. You have to keep thinking of that and make steps every day towards your goals. Okay, maybe not $10 billion, but you know, a fair amount. What did you do yesterday that you're doing today that you won't do tomorrow in order to better yourself, in order to progress how you see fit? No pun intended. A person cannot be oppressed for something that they can change, because the power lies with you. And if you feel oppressed, it's because you're oppressed mentally. The fact of the matter is, someone will always make fun of you if you deviate from societal norms. And I'm not saying that's right, but that's just the way it is. But you can't really blame other people for doing that when it's something that you can change. It's not a birth defect in 99% of cases, but it's your own lack of discipline. It's your own lack of diet and exercise. It's being content and being a lazy, overeating slob in layman's terms. And I've experienced that. I've been over 300 pounds, morbidly obese. Couldn't do a mile in PE class. The class would leave before I finished. That's how slow and out of shape I was. But I always recognized that I had the ability to change. And it was invigorating knowing that you can change and you'll be better than anyone could have thought. But doesn't even matter about other people, because in my mind I was the same person before and after, and I still have that ability to accept that I can change and move forward for the best. I realize what I'm saying might be harsh, but this is what I've experienced, what I've gone through, so I'm just conveying my opinion and sharing my insight. You know, I could blow smoke up your ass and tell you it's not your fault you're stuffing your face every day, but that wouldn't help you. It wouldn't help you change. It wouldn't help you be healthy. It'll just be digging you a deeper hole. So my goal here is to help people, to show them that they can do it. I know what it feels like. I've changed, and you can change too. That's my one goal with these videos, is to help other people become the strongest version of themselves. Jake's out. Peace out.